Your brilliant ideas, worst case scenario, fear frequency. What's happening? What if taking action on your brilliant ideas and living your soul's purpose means the people you have around you won't be with you at the finish line? I had a client who was dipping their toe in the water, skimming the surface of their soul's purpose, managing the decisions, the ideas, gifts that were surfacing as they were taking steps toward walking that purpose. And this client didn't get success the linear or easy way. They'd gone through the trenches, they'd worked hard to have a family and a warm home. They were concerned about losing everything that they'd built, their partner, their family. They didn't know if living their soul's purpose and taking action on their brilliant ideas would come at the cost of becoming a person who would lose everything they built. So instead of taking action on their brilliant ideas consistently and making their soul's purpose a reality, they dilly-dallied, wasting time going back and forth in their heads, going through stopping and starting cycles. One day committed, the next day they weren't. Their heart was invested. Their actions simply didn't match the feeling. And this client valued being the heart of their home, yet navigating the unknown and not knowing who they become, but compounded by the fear of losing their family and not knowing all the steps in between the doing and the becoming, made them at a standstill. They were operating in the frequency of the unknown. And because your intuition can only make decisions from the frequency you're embodying, they kept making decisions that reinforced the fears of the worst case scenario thinking instead of their best case scenario. Because bringing your brilliant ideas to life and answering your soul's calling requires you to make decisions in the unknown and trust in the unseen. And being in the unknown, trusting in the unseen made this client's brain go into survival mode. And because they perceive taking steps in the unknown as fear, as a threat. So when this happens, three parts of the brain are activated: the amygdala, anterior cingulate cortex, the ACC, and the prefrontal cortex, or the PFC. Now the amygdala serves as your alarm clock, perceiving the unknown as dangerous for this client. Now this made this client overthink all the things that could potentially go wrong, causing cognitive rumination. The PFC tried to contextualize the perceived threat, and the ACC served as a bridge between the other two parts of the brain. Now, this bridge either increased vigilance and hyperactivity, causing them to gather more information. This is why you go down the rabbit hole of research, gathering more information before you take action because you want to create certainty. Or this bridge lowers that threat response when, after assessing that the situation is controllable, or the bridge creates a cognitive reappraisal response where it perceives, hey, there's no threat, we can go back online to a more positive outlook. Now, amazingly enough, these three parts of the brain involved in your fear response are also the same parts of your brain when making decisions using your intuition to navigate the unknown. So you can make decisions to follow through on your brilliant ideas and live your soul's purpose. So you just have to know how to use these parts of the brain so they work with you and not against you. So you can stop making decisions that keep you in a life that feels misaligned and start making decisions to bring your brilliant ideas to life and answer your soul's calling. And this is what we talk about in my signature program that's coming up, Emancipation Exhaling into Your Purpose. Now, when you work with me in this program, you shift from self-doubt to self-trust, confusion to confidence. You stop making decisions from fear and you start making decisions from faith, bringing your brilliant ideas to life and answering your soul's calling. And you'll integrate all of those things using those parts of the brain. And when you do, you'll realize that your role as a mother, as a wife, doesn't have to end just because you take action on your brilliant ideas and start living in your soul's purpose. Instead of it ending, it evolves. With increased focus and clear connection to your intuition and soul's purpose and your spirit guides, without fear-based thinking creating inner noise in the background, you'll take more action, focused action on your soul's purpose in your waking hours. You'll be more present at the dinner table with your family. And your marriage doesn't have to end because you follow through on your purpose. Now, you do have to say this and be very clear. If your relationships do end, deep down, you know that there was some sort of misalignment there. Because your soul's purpose and following through on your brilliant ideas will only expose the misalignment that you unconsciously or consciously blinded yourself to, anyways. Bottom line, you have brilliant ideas you're meant to do in this moment, in this lifetime. Will you make the decision to take action on that idea and live in your purpose, or let the purpose die with you to preserve a relationship that was either meant to evolve with you or meant to dissolve without you? You are the only one that can answer that. Now, emancipation, exhaling into your purpose, is coming soon.